Good evening, Pisces. So we are finally doing our immutable water, doing Pisces, doing the Christmas Celtic cross for Pisces. So I have very carefully shuffled all four of my decks. So we're going to try to stick to the traditional Rider-Waite deck just to show you. I spent a lot of time shuffling these decks for Pisces. So we're going to try to stick to the traditional deck. We're only going to use the other decks like the Witch's Tarot, the Forest, and my Sneaky Cats if we need to clarify anything, okay? So far we've been lucky. I should knock on wood here. And have a sign that you need a new... well, no, I would never want to replace this deck. Anyway, maybe the carrying case or something. Okay. So Pisces, you are immutable water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple more shuffles. We're going to do a traditional Celtic cross. I'm going to, once I have figured out which pile I'm going to choose, I'm going to lay the cards out. I'm going to flip them over, do a quick flash over with the camera so that you have some confidence that the cards that are showing up actually did show up, because I have to do a lot of breaks in a second now. Mutable water, please. Mutable water, please. Nice. Feel them coming together really nicely. Do two more like that. Mutable water, please. Can we have an accurate Celtic cross for mutable water, please? Ooh, that shuffle wasn't so... I think we better do that over. Okay, so we'll do two more shuffles, okay? Can we have an accurate Celtic cross for mutable water, please? Somebody out there needs to walk their dog. I'm tempted to go offer to bring that little doggy for a walk because he's barking and he really wants a walk. One more for mutable water, please. Can we have an accurate Celtic cross for Pisces, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to leave it just like that. I'm going to make 4 piles. Can we have an accurate Celtic cross for mutable water, please? Yeah, I'm drawn to this pile right now, okay? So we're going to use that one. All right, bottom of the deck, Pisces. Oh, we got to take a break. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, 8 of Swords. Okay, hang on. So Pisces, I want to talk about the card that showed up at the bottom of the deck. Unfortunately, this is not a stage card. I wish it were. However, much like the 9 of Swords, for the most part, this person can release themselves from this mental anxiety. The problem is, with this card is that some of what she's worried about is actually grounded in reality. And we know that because of what she's standing on is water, which is her subconscious feelings, emotions, and it's mixed with earth, which tells us that some of what she's worried about is actually real. So it's not a stage card, but she's just going to have to get over it, okay? She doesn't have to have that anxiety. I see this card a lot when someone feels trapped in a marriage, okay? So you can easily get out of it. You just do the right thing, which is to do the honorable thing, which is to speak to your spouse about it and see if you can fix it. If you can't fix it, you get a divorce. You don't cheat. But so the 8 of Swords comes up a lot for people who feel trapped in a relationship. Look, nobody is trapped in a relationship. You just get out of the relationship, right? But you do it in a kind, honorable way. You don't cheat. Anyway, so the other thing about this card, she is... So her home, her castle, is in the background there, okay? You can see it. So what she's actually done is she's wandered away from home to try to get away from this mental anxiety that's on her mind. but she finds that no matter how far away she gets, it's still there, right? So it's something that you just have to deal with. Of course, she can whip off the blindfold and walk right through the swords because it's just her own thoughts. So it's so much better just to look at the situation you're in, realize that you can get out of it. Don't do anything stupid, Anyway, honor the people around you. Pisces, this is not, I feel like maybe this is somebody that you're seeing. Maybe you're seeing somebody that's married to somebody else and they want to get out, because Pisces would never leave themselves in that situation. They would find it an ingenious way of getting out of it without hurting anyone. Okay, let's move on to your Celtic cross. Okay, so Pisces, we're going to lay out these cards, okay? All right, the issue, the challenge, energies, recent past, very near future. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's turn them over. I'm going to give you I'm going to let you watch while I turn them over. Okay, very quickly. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so I hope I didn't spoil the reading there by doing that. I can't imagine that I did. So the issue, Pisces, is the Queen of Swords. Oh my. I wonder, am I reading for a female Pisces? But this can't be you. So look, the Queen of Swords is actually the King's widowed sister. So she lost her husband way too young. She's been through a lot. She is kind of like the Justice card in the sense that whatever decision she makes, it's fair. But she can come across as being a little bit caustic, a little bit cold. She can say things that sort of cut you, but she's actually just trying to do the best that she can. She's young and widowed, right? So in the traditional Rider-Waite card, I want you to look at that little tassel around her hand that is going out. And that was, the old Victorian symbol for a widow, okay? Her sword is straight up. She's straight up, okay? Some people, I tend to like straightforward communication. I don't like it when people are passive-aggressive or, I like it when people just say what they mean what they say. Well, she does, okay? She's straight up. Her sword is straight up. It can come across as cutting sometimes, but at least what you see is what you get. Also, she makes fair decisions. She actually, even though she comes across as being very cold, she's actually trying to make decisions that are fair for everybody. There is not one bit of emotion that she uses when she makes her decisions. How do we know that? I want you to look. There is a tiny bit of water in this card, but it is so small. Way back there, do you see under the trees? Little teensy-wincy river, indicating to us that there is there's just like maybe a scintilla of emotion in her decisions. The rest is logic. Pisces, right away, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be jumping ahead in the reading, but I just noticed that she is facing the King of Swords. That's her brother, okay? And he's looking right at me. She's looking at him. He's looking straight ahead. Look, there's a whole lot of tradition in this spread and logic. What's going on here? Tradition, logic. Oh my God. Oh God, you guys are involved with the Libra, I think. Because the Justice card is there too. Wow. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can figure this out. So that is the issue. The Queen of Swords is the issue. So that's cardinal error. That's Libra, and Libra's Libra's major arcana card is there. It's crowning the spread. Is this about a Libra? If you're waiting on a court decision, it will be in your favor. I can tell you that right now. There's solar energy coming from the Justice card here. But anyway, okay, I'll try not to jump ahead of myself here. Pisces, your challenge, this is amazing. One of your major arcana cards is here as your challenge. The moon, I want you to look at this. So let me just try to explain this card. So what is the overall theme of this card? There is a subconscious knowledge that you have that you need, okay, right now. The challenge is, how do you get it, okay? There's two ways that you can get it. First of all, the moon is a nighttime card, okay? This is in the night. Or through meditation. You're going to have to tap into it. So it could also be telling you that you need more sleep. So this card is all about, okay, I just want you to look at the face of the moon and how he looks so constant. He's trying so hard to impart some subconscious knowledge. Look at how concentrated his furrowed brow. Now I want you to look at those pillars that flank the moon. So whenever we see pillars flanking anything in tarot, and generally, pillars, in Jerusalem, they always flanked temples. So it was always sacred places of knowledge that you would see pillars on either side. So what does this mean? This means that, so there's the moon. You look at how he's really trying to get that message across. It's going to come to you with a good night's sleep or with some meditation. A little break in the tape. So the card also tells you it's not just the ability to obtain information that is in the subconscious realm that sleep or meditation or true rest will bring you. But it's also regeneration. It's a card of evolution. When do our cells regenerate? When we're sleeping. When does the body get rid of all the toxins, break down proteins, break down cancers and everything? When we're sleeping, okay? So how do we know that this is a card of evolution? First of all, there's a dog and a wolf in the card, okay? So the dog has evolved from the wolf. The lobster crawling up out of the water, it's us. It's talking about evolution there. Do you see that winding path between the dog and the wolf? That's known as the path to better bodies. How do you get a better body? You sleep, okay? And let the body heal itself. So your challenge is to obtain information you already have. It's just in your subconscious realm, okay? Perhaps you don't want to face the fact that you're in love with somebody. Look, you're going to have to let these feelings bubble up, and don't be afraid of them. It's once you do that, it's probably, it's going to affect you less than you think, and probably in a very good way. Anyway, so your challenge is to obtain this subconscious information or knowledge that you already have, to tap into it. Sleep, meditation, be creative there. What's crowning you? The Justice card. So this is very straightforward Libra energy there. So you may be, so this is considered to be your highest hopes or the best you can obtain in the Celtic cross. So you're either seeking justice, seeking a fair outcome, seeking an outcome that's in your favor, or you are after a Libra. Looks like you're going, from this spread, I think you're going to be successful. Okay, she's all over the spread. This is about a decision that you're waiting on, or some justice that you want, something you want to correct, the decision ultimately will be in your favor. We know this because her scales are filled with solar energy, okay? Just look at how her scales are golden. Okay? So, yeah. Okay, nice. Little break in the tape here. Pisces, sorry about the lighting here. I'm running out of battery power because I probably should have recharged everything before the reading. I'm getting the feeling that you have already started something with this Libra person, or you've already sort of set the reset button, or already started a fresh start with someone, so to speak. I don't know if that makes any sense. Only because I'm looking at the Fool in your recent past. Or you've decided to take a risk on somebody, take a chance on somebody. If this is a relationship reading, if you know that this reading is about something else, it looks like you recently decided to sort of press the reset button, take a risk, and started something fresh. Okay, I think so. Anyway, and right now, I feel like you're not sure. You have some options, and you're not sure which one to take, and you're concerned about taking the correct course of action or the correct option. I'm saying that because I'm looking at the Seven of Cups. So, of course, when you look at that card and you look at what's in each cup, it always strikes me that the most boring and unappealing cup is actually the cup that contains the Empress, and the cup that looks the most extravagant, with the castle in it, actually later on, according to, the divinatory tarot, becomes the Tower, because the castle was built too high. So when I look at this card too, I always, if you've ever seen a child, on Christmas morning when they're faced with all these presents and they're like, they're stunned, just look at the man back on there. He's like, which one do I take? Which one do I take? But so do you see that castle there that I was just talking about? The castle, think about the expression building castles in the sky. This is an example of something that looks very appealing here. But how much substance is behind that? Will it later on become the Tower? Which, nobody wants that. Nobody wants the Tower. A little break in the tape. So Pisces, you may be taking your time about deciding which option to take right now, as you're faced with many, because you want to make sure that there's meat on the bones, of whatever option you choose. And quite ironically, in this card, some of the best options don't look like they're good, but they really are. For example, that weird thing in the middle, everyone else, what is that weird lampshade thing in the middle? Well, that's the High Priestess, right? And the veil, is sort of what separates her from, the astral realm that she's able to so easily connect with. And apparently the moon is underneath that veil too. The snake is actually the magician, and this boring old head, over there is actually the Empress, which would be wonderful. So, you would be more inclined to take the jewels or the castle or the wreath, all of these things can lead to you getting burned, or, there's all sorts of deceptive, it's easy. I guess the point of this card is, don't go after someone because you think they have money, or because you think they're really attractive and you want a trophy, a trophy spouse. Make sure that there's actually some substance there, and something that's real, that you can actually, that will actually help you grow and make you feel good and enhance your life. Anyway, so that's what you're concerned with right now. You don't want to be distracted by glitter. You want to make sure that you're making the right choice. In your near future, it looks like you're going to be using logic to make that choice. You're just going to make a very logical decision. You may be a lawyer or somebody who's in a position of authority, or you're going to make a decision that will be totally based on logic. The King of Swords is in your very near future, or if you're a woman, this could be Gemini coming toward you, or an air sign, any kind of air sign. But this person is very logical. It's usually a person involved in the legal field, or a logical businessman, a man of logic. Okay, he's not going to be very emotional at all. His throne is actually, if you look really closely, it's on top of a mountain, so he can see everything that's going on around him. A little break in the tape. So the next card is telling me something very general, okay? You are in the process of walking away from something that's still sort of good, and you may actually return. You have it in mind that you might return, okay? I'm looking at the Eight of Cups. This is an interesting card. You will notice that this person, why are they walking away? Okay, why is this person, if the cups are all still standing, and there's a lot of water there, and greenery, why are they walking away? They're walking away because it sounds silly, but really, some of the symbolism in these cards, it's really hard to pick up, because the water is near stagnant. Okay, the water is not as fresh as you want it. Look how it's almost still. There's one tiny little ripple in it. I mean, it's not completely stagnant, but I guess the point of this card is you have every right to move from the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. You have every right to go seek a place where there's fresh water. But the idea is embedded in this card that you're going to come back. There's two things that tell us that. One is that the moon is either waxing or waning. We don't know. Also, the Eight Cups are perfectly intact and standing up. And you have it in mind. You're glad that those cups are standing because you're thinking you're going to come back. So if someone has walked away from you or ghosted you, you know what? They're probably already regretting that they did it, and they as soon as they did that, they wanted to turn back. That's what that card tells me. Or if you just walked away from somebody, ghosted somebody, you knew when you were doing it that it was an error, and you feel like you're going to go back. That's what that card tells me. Anyway, so look, in reality, you do, at Pisces, I hate to tell you this, but you do have some competition. Either that, or you have some people competing over you, okay? That's actually real. That's not a hope or a fear. That's actually going on. These are external influences that are going to impact the situation. It's not anything to be concerned about because it's the Five of Wands, not the Five of Swords. These are wands and not swords. Even, many of the experts say that this could be play fighting or just joust, people engaged in a sport. A little break in the tape. So I'm just trying to summarize the cards so far, and one of the themes that I'm getting is you may have made a decision to do a fresh start with somebody else, which required you to walk away from somebody that you were with, and you're concerned that it wasn't fair. Okay? So that's one thing that could be going on. But anyway, there's an element of competition that's playing on the whole situation here. It could be people competing over you, or it could be the fact that you have competitors. In your hopes and fears, you're looking for commitment, okay, for something traditional. You may want to get married, okay? I'm not sure if you want to get married to the person that you walked away from or the person that you had the fresh start with. Don't know. Have no clue. I do know one thing, the outcome is it's the Eight of Pentacles. We're going to have to clarify this, okay? I'm seeing you generally immersed in your work. The other thing, so much so that home is not on your mind. So this whole situation that you're in right now may have you so confused that you've just poured yourself into your work. We're going to have to clarify this, okay? We're not going to do it with the Rider-Waite. All right, so for Pisces, we're going to use the Witch's Tarot first. Ha! I just split the deck. 8 of Pentacles on one side. What's on the other? The Star. Second now. This is Tarot telling us to stop right now. You know, the Star is associated with Aquarius. A long shot, realizing a wish. Let's get some clarification from the Forest and the Sneaky Cats. Jeez, this is interesting. Okay, can we clarify this outcome, please? Oh, that's pretty clear. What does this mean? We just got the Enchanter, which is the Magician. So, this is the Forest deck version of the, sorry, I don't know if you can see him there, of the Magician. As an outcome. Anything is possible. I'm going to need more than that. All right, Sneaky Cats. Breaking the tape. This is unbearable. All right, so we've resorted to the Sneaky Cats. This is so we've got the Star. 2 decks gave us the 8 of Pentacles and the Magician for the outcome. I'm unable to put this together, guys. I'm stumped. So we're resorting to the Sneaky Cats. All right. Sneaky Cats, can you help us clarify this outcome for Pisces, the Star? Okay, so that's way too many. Damn. I'll tell you what I'm looking at, though. 3 that fell out closest to the deck. King of Diamonds, which is the King of Pence, King of Spades, which is the King of Swords, which already came out, and the 6 of Clubs, which is the 6 of Wands, which is the Victory card. Shall we look at the other 2 that flew across here? It's 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands, that's commitment, 5 of Pentacles. I'm seeing that someone is going to be left out in the cold. The other one will be the victor. This is about 2 different people. All right. Look. This is ridiculous. I'm going to put the Witch's Tarot back together. We're going to shuffle it a few times. We've got to figure this out. Got to figure this out. You probably know what it is, and you're giggling right now or laughing at me. I just really have to figure this out. Okay, just a second. All right, that was a fairly decent shuffle. I'm going to split the deck. Okay, so laugh if you like. I'm going to split the deck. All right. Can you clarify the outcome for mutable water, please? All right. Fixed air. Aquarius. Now we've got the Knight of Swords. King of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Okay, a second. I'm just going to look at what. The Emperor again. This could be between a fire sign, an Aries, and some kind. Oh, an Aquarius. Okay, because we had the star coming up, and now we have Aquarius again, and we had 2 emperors, 2 Aquarius, 2 emperors. So you're trying to choose between an Aquarius and an Aries. Good luck. I would choose the Aquarius. Actually, I'm sorry, Aries. Yeah, I'm going to get in big trouble for saying that. Look, let me know what happens, Pisces. At least you've got a lot of options. Okay, Merry Christmas. Good luck handling those 2.